Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Susie Say That. Today's topic is self-care versus welfare. This is good. I thank God that He gave me this a couple of days ago when He was dealing with me on something. He gave me this. And he showed me something that was so beautiful about myself and Him, my relationship with Him. And I instantly made some decisions, instantly made a decision about my life, about how sometimes I don't apply the self-care which is inward to God. Sometimes I just don't even think about God is self-care. And He showed that to me. He showed me that when you take care of me, my love, my peace, my joy, my space, you're taking care of you. But you can't take care of you if you taking care of the outside of you, but it doesn't match the inside of you. He said it doesn't go like that. Because if you really want to be Him, the God in you, it's got to match the outside you. So we can take care of both things, go together. The outside you, how you take care of yourself, how you present yourself, the things you say and you do, should match the inside of you. Show me that. He said, because when it doesn't, you're on the welfare system. You're on the welfare system and don't even know it. Spiritual welfare system. You accept everything in your space. You don't, when you're trying to confront things or something, you let other people just say what they want to say and do what they want to do. He says that's a welfare system. That's a welfare, a poverty mentality within your own self. He said within your own self. You be feeling some kind of way about things, even though I'm seeing something different. I'm showing you who you are. But because other people has told you who you were in the past, those things try to creep in from time to time. Who did I say you were? Because anything other, you're on a welfare system. If somebody can tell you, you garbage and you ain't no good, and I'm not saying someone told me that, I'm just saying it because people do. Because I've been drugged like a carpet, so I know all about what people do. And people have called me the lowest names. And I didn't know at the time. They were on a welfare system. I didn't know. I was young and just didn't know. Didn't have the information. And I didn't know that I was there too, because I was allowing it. Welfare systems allow other people to take care of them. It's a spiritual system in all, because you can't take care of the outside of you and neglect the inside of you and swear it's God. You can't. It doesn't go together. And most people will claim that it does. Most people say they're good listeners. That's a lie. They are not good listeners, because good listeners don't listen to garbage, period. Good listeners don't want to hear both sides of the story. Good listeners don't even want that stuff in their space. That's what God told me today when I was talking to Him about listeners. He said they're not good listeners. He said because good listeners is part of me. That's self-care. A good listener takes care of their space. A good listener don't want to hear two sides of the story. A good listener don't want to be the advocate or say, well, I don't tell anyone. I'm just listening. He said that person is not a good listener. That's a lie. He said when you used to say you were a good listener, that was a lie. He said because you listened and you didn't take care of my space, because my space do not listen and don't have to have both sides of the story, because I already know what the truth is. That's me. And he said you can't be friends and get the same information because you're trying to be a mediator. You're not the mediator. You cannot be the mediator, and you don't even know how to mediate your own feelings or your own emotions. You can't even mediate the outside of you and make your own flesh come up under subjection. He dealt with me about that sternly. He said, remember you used to say you was a good listener? Oh, I just sit there and I'm a good listener. I'm a good person that stands in and I just hear both sides. He said, there is no both sides when it's concerning your space. Because when they bring the garbage in your space, you're listening to the space. That means that you are not who you said you are. Because I don't listen to filth. I don't listen to garbage. That's why I'm on my people about all this music and stuff. He said, because I won't partake of it. He said, so what's going on with this? He said, when you do listen to their side, this person's side, everybody's side, he said, you're in the other system, the welfare system. Because that's what the welfare system do. Because they want to make it right before themselves. The welfare system says, I listen to both sides because some people believe there's a gray area to the truth and a lie. That's a lie too. That's that welfare system talk. Welfare system talk says there's a middle area. That's welfare. That is not the self-care system. Because the self-care system of God says it's only wrong or it's right. So if I'm going to listen to both sides, what am I trying to do here? And I don't even, outside of myself, take care of myself. But somehow I can separate and I can divide inside of me. God told me today that's not true. He said that's not true. He said you cannot listen to everything, everybody's sides, this, that, and the other, and then say, you're taking care of yourself. Because when you take care of yourself inward, the self-care of you, when you take care of the God in you, you don't let all that stuff come into your circle. You can say, no, y'all don't want to do this. Because you can't be on both sides. How long you going to juggle that? How long? I did it. So I can tell you that. And I thought I was a good listener. I thought when my family members called me and one said this, the other one said this, and I thought, well, I'm going to mediate this. I thought I was being a good listener. God told me today, corrected me. You were not a good listener because good listeners protect their space. And you have not protected your space. You haven't, because you'll listen to it. You will listen to it instead of shunning it and say, no, I wasn't a good listener. I can't have it both ways. I can't be a good listener in listening to both sides because guess what? One of these sides is a liar. One of them is lying. So I'm getting filled up with lies and I'm getting filled up with truth. Welfare system. God system. Oh, I can tell what's a lie. Yeah, I can, because now I listen to God. And I self-care. I take care of the system. But there was a time I wasn't good at that. I didn't take good care of my system. And something happened the other day, and God let me see. You still got some issues in that area. And I want you to immediately address it within yourself. And I'm going to show you what it is. And he showed me what it was. He said, this is what we're going to do. He said, because you can't. I'm taking you somewhere so exciting that I want you to be a part of it. But you can't be a part of it if you're on the welfare system. That welfare system, listen to everything, take on other people's things that they done did, and you want to solve everybody's this, that, and other. He said, no, we did this already. We're not. So if anyone, as of today, want to talk negative and then want to, on another end, want to talk positive and then want to get information and want to sit quietly and listen like they're going to solve the problem, God said there's a problem. And I want you to remember, when you allow that, you have crossed over to the welfare system, the spiritual system of wickedness. You've crossed over to that. But if you stay with me, on my God system, the self-care of me, I'll take you places that you have never been before. I'll do things in your life that's never been done before. For me, because you take care of me. And because you take care of me, you are the apple of my eye. Think about that scripture that says you're the apple of his eye. You can't be the apple of nobody's eye and you on a welfare system of wickedness. You listen to it, or you go back and you repeat it, and you, yeah, I know, They kind of be the worst. Because, and I used to be one, so I can say it. I used to be the worst. And I can tell when those same things are happening to other people, I know exactly what it is. And God said to me, we're not doing that no more. You're not doing that, okay? So you just remember that today. If you're so busy taking care of the outward you, but you're not taking care of the God that's in you, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Then that means you're on the welfare system in your spirit. Your spirit is stricken with wickedness, disgust. That used to be me. And I thought I was taking care of myself because I presented the outside. But I had all kind of stuff going on in my self-care system, which said I had a lot of issues that I was not taking care of. That's why I'm getting to this point where I'm very careful when people try to put things in my spirit. And if you got people around you that's always saying you're wrong about everything, and you got people in your system that won't even apologize, and they know they wronged you, they're on the welfare system. They're on the welfare system. So you be careful around them because you can easily get pulled in. You can easily get pulled in and not take care of the God in you. The God in you that says, apologize when you're wrong. The God in you says, talk about things. The God in you says, hey, make things right. The God in you. That's the self-care. Because the self-care of God don't want to have anything that's out of order when it comes to returning back to the welfare system. You've been there before. I've been at the welfare system spiritually. Broke down, busted, and disgusted. All kind of thoughts going on in my mind. All kind of things going on in my life. I served notice to the enemy on the welfare system that I would never do certain things again. Never. They said, how can you say never? Because God said I could. He said, if you don't return to it, it was a never. If you don't return to it because the self-care you taking to God, it was a never. Okay? So you decide today. Do you want to be on the self-care of God, spiritual, or do you want to be the welfare side of wickedness? You choose today. And inventory yourself. Stop trying to inventory everybody else. Stop trying to put their stories together and make it make sense to you. It's really none of your business. That's another thing. That's the welfare system. Trying to make everything make sense to you and it's none of your business. And then you get on that phone and you calling people and you keeping up mess. That's the welfare system. Because it ain't keeping up mess when it's the truth. If someone said you said something, then you need to say you said it. That's the God system. You taking care of yourself because you said it. Someone had said something to me and I was like, you got to be kidding me. I said, you got to be kidding me. But I didn't recognize it till I got to the other place and God said to me, you see what this is? And he dealt with me sternly about what it was. And I understood it. You know, and then today someone said some things and I looked at them and I was like, not today, not today. And it was early this morning. And all I thought, not today, what is this? I was like, what is this? This is early in the morning. I mean, I didn't come here for this, but they tried it and they came out in a team to try it. But see, I already had got the self-care and the welfare system from God a couple of days ago. And he knew I was going to have this interference today. So I was like, I don't have to deal with this. And I just took care of it quickly. And God sent forces to help me take care of it. And we quickly took care of it. See how I took care of God? I didn't go back on that welfare system and tell somebody off and yell and stuff. I said, this is what it is. If you don't like it, goodbye. Because this is what it is. You don't like it, goodbye. Because I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not going to put any energy into it. And I didn't. I mean, they came, hey, God sent them to help. And they came in there and they took care of business quickly. And all I did was stand there. And when they got done taking care of business, I said, you can leave now. And then you always got one that want to tarry on and stay and just keep up. I said, goodbye. And I'm telling you this because there's two systems at work. The physical system and the spiritual system. And both have a welfare system. Both do. There's the welfare system and the physical that takes care of the poor, the government, housing, food stamps, and all these things. And then there's the self-care system, which takes care of their body, but don't take care of their mind. But take care, the mind is the self-care of God. The welfare system is the taking care of wickedness. Okay? So there's two systems at play always, 24 hours a day. So you remember that. And you decide which team you want to be on. I want to take care of what God gave me. And I will take care of what God gave me, which is my body, mind, soul. I take care of those things. But I'm going to make sure from now on that I take care of my self-care system in God. It comes first, hands down. Then I'll take care of the physical system. I'm not going on a trip to out the country and I'm feeling bogged down, tired, and all those. That's not taking care of God. If God gave me the funds to take a trip like that, then why would I be bogged down about what it costs, depressed, sad, and all that, and then take that with me? That means two systems are working against each other. You're not taking care of the God system, and you won't even enjoy yourself on the physical system because you're busy thinking about all the stuff that happened for the physical and what it took. Instead of thinking about this is the God system, this is God taking care of you. He wants you to be at peace. He wants you to get rest because when you come back, there's always work to do. Okay? So if you don't get anything out of this video, remember, if you're one of those that's busy taking care of the outside of you, what about the inside of you? If you're one of those that's busy taking care of the inside of you, the God system, then you need to have the outside of you matching it. It needs to match, okay? Till the next time.